All right, now let's talk conditioning. Conditioning for me is going to be one of the most important elements because, you know, we can't really get more strength a lot of times, but we can develop a higher capacity for conditioning, okay? And just for our output, for our work capacity. We're gonna gain that through our conditioning. For me, I think that's one of the things that I'm the best at. You know, I'm usually very much able to keep a solid pace throughout my matches and even get stronger the later it goes, despite being one of the oldest guys out there and still being able to make a lot of these young kids tired. So, you know, conditioning at least once a week, let's hit those lungs, all right? Let's wake them up and let's see what we can do, okay? With this, we're gonna use a lot of machines, all right? So if I was gonna put a priority on what are the top 2 conditioning tools, 100% is gonna be an Airdyne bike and a row machine, all right? Nothing gets the job done like those. Nothing's gonna hit your lungs, build lactic acid, make you push, make you, you know, work through moments where, you know, your pace is dying down, right? All of those things that also help strengthen our mindset, okay? All of those are gonna be developed in our conditioning, all right? So those are the top 2, the row machine, the Airdyne bike. We can also throw in the ski erg, okay? The Concept 2 ski, which is another fun one. And then with those, you know, we start to just play around with different ways to test our conditioning abilities. So we do a lot of different things. Sometimes I'm going for, you know, calories. How many calories can I hit in a certain period of time? You know, there's just doing actual timed goes, all right, where it's like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, maybe 30-60, 30-90. You know, we're doing that for rounds, and it's just, you know, different ways to layer those sprints, okay, and put them in, once again, very safely. We might look to hit max wattage, or, you know, just like see how much output I can do. And then once my wattage dies down, we stop. Okay, I'm not gonna push through and break myself down too much, all right? We can also just go for meters, okay? You know, especially on the row machine, maybe doing 200-meter sprints, 500-meter goes. You know, there's so many different ways that we can design our conditioning workouts. Sometimes I play with both machines in one day, or even all 3 machines, okay? And I do different, you know, different goes on each one, okay? The bike, the row machine, and the ski. The nice thing about the bike is you're gonna get a lot more other usages out of it versus the row machine. The row machine can be a bit uncomfortable to do day in and day out, or for like longer endurance type workouts that we'll talk about, where it's just like, you know, keep a steady pace for 30 to 45 minutes. The row machine is not gonna be the most comfortable machine to do that with, all right? Just a little, you know, sitting in that chair, and you know, you get sweaty, and then it's harder to hold the handles for the row. So, you know, if you were gonna look at investing in one piece of equipment that I think is like great for warm up, cool down, endurance, conditioning, all the above, it would be the bike, okay? The Airdyne bike would be the #1 investment I would suggest to just have as a home tool if that's something that you're looking for. And that with a couple kettlebells, man, you got everything you need for your strength and conditioning that can be done at home, all right? So as far as the conditioning goes, you know, I'm gonna give you some samples of how we layer out some of the different workouts. And the other thing to keep in mind is that sometimes, you know, the movement and the mobility is done in between those sprints, right? To get a little bit of active recovery. just to help keep us moving through and then helping us prep for our next round when we go again. And sometimes that's done with just body weight. Sometimes it's done with, some sort of functional strength tool like a kettlebell or a mace. All right. So then you can kind of explore the workouts that are a bit of strength and conditioning blended together. But once again, very safely. I can hit a conditioning workout and easily still go to the mats and have a great training day, get a lot of rounds, and push myself with high level training partners. And I don't feel like I'm missing, I don't have something in the reserves because I already killed myself, okay? Once again, it's just enough to turn on the lungs and get you going, but nothing that is gonna absolutely destroy you and make you fall over dead, okay? We're not gonna do that, all right? The mindset is to just keep it on, but never sacrifice our bodies in a way to where when we get on the mats, we're missing out, we're missing some of our energy, or we're too broken down and likely to get injured, okay? So, that's how we approach our conditioning. Nothing too long, just enough to get everything on, and then we're done, all right? And I'll share those workouts with you.